Wow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello everybody. It's Thirsty Thursday. I'm arting as usual. My new body is helping me to art better, faster, stronger. How is everybody doing? Yeah, we're arting today. I know this is kind of where we left off last time with this artwork. We were just kind of like figuring out like how what to add to the backgrounds and stuff like that here. I actually got quite far into this as I was working on it, and actually like I kind of figured out some stuff like for example, like this item in the on the left here, which was originally like a wall, looks actually more like a plant or a tree or something like that. So I actually changed the hue and the saturation of this thing to make it more plant-like, I guess, like a little bit more brownish and stuff like that, right? So it's like it's kind of working out. It's kind of working out the way that I thought it was gonna work out. So I think I'm just gonna kind of leave it like this, um, and leave this one here. I don't know, like I have some ideas on what to do for this to finish it off, because it's a matter of adding a couple of more tentacles, maybe some creatures, and getting coffee into the background there. But I don't know if this is what I'm gonna work on today. I just wanted to kind of like just kind of follow up with an update on what's going on with this one. I didn't have time to work on it outside of stream though. That's the unfortunate part, right? But ultimately, when it's done, it's gonna be make for a really good splash screen of some sort. Not saying that's what's gonna happen with it, but it's gonna work out, I think, right? I just gotta figure out like how it's gonna look in the end when it's all animated and stuff like that, right? Because it's like it's gonna have some quote unquote special effects on it, as it were, because usually when I do illustrations, I add a lot of post effects to the illustration to kind of complete it all, right? Where animation, you kind of avoid that stuff because you need to also be able to cut up the model and move it with those effects, and sometimes those effects just don't import correctly into the software that you're using, right? So I was thinking about doing this one, but I might actually kind of work on this one on the weekend when I have a little bit more time to just kind of finish it up. But I do like the progress that I made here. And the other thing that I could be doing though is that I actually have a sketch that I prepared. So I've been trying to get this sketch up and running for a while now. So I'm thinking, yeah, mayhaps we work on this sketch. Mayhaps we work on the sketch now, Like we do the sketch, and we just kind of work on it and see where it goes, like I've been wanting to draw Nerissa Ravencroft from Hololive for quite a while now, I've been wanting to do it ever since I did some of the other images that I did recently and stuff like that. So I guess this is a good time to kind of follow up on that, right? I didn't finish this sketch just yet. I'm trying not to sketch so much on stream when I do stuff on stream,
Emotional
because
damage.
there's emotional damage. It's a raid. Welcome in, raiders. Oh my gosh, who is this? I don't know who this person is. I'm gonna shout out this mysterious raider called Moonai Shada. Is that how you say your name? I don't know. I can't read names right. But yeah, for everybody who's raiding in here, you guys get an Onegai muscle. I haven't done that in a while, so here, you guys get an Onegai muscle. Maybe you guys should get 2 Onegai muscle, who knows? Here, you guys get 2 Onegai muscles for the raid. But why Skinwalker-chan? Why is there a Skinwalker-chan? There's no need for a Skinwalker-chan to come in. But yeah, how you guys doing? Mooney, I hope you had a lot of fun. I saw you finished story mode, I guess, in Z to A to Z, whatever, right? Pokemans. Ayaya. Oh, hold on. Ayaya. I heard the Ayaya. I hear it.
You don't want to talk to me or something?
Hello. No, of course I want to talk to you.
Cause I play loser games like Pokemon.
I didn't say that that was a loser game.
Then why did
No.
you want to talk to me?
No, I don't. I can't hear the creepy Twitch, not the Twitch, the Discord thing. Like oh, you know what? It changed. It's not the Halloween one anymore, is it?
You're listening for that one?
Yeah, I was listening for that one. I was totally expecting to get scared. But yeah, good job finishing the story mode there, you know? Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm making sure everything is up and running. Can you guys hear Mooney correctly? But yeah, today
Can
What's...
you?
Yeah, of course. Chat can hear Mooney, right? But yeah, I was just going over some stuff, some plans on trying to finish this one. I don't know if I'm gonna work on this one for chat today because it is Thirsty Thursday. It is very thirsty this Thursday. Since it is Thirsty Thursday after all, I think I need to work on something a little thirstier. So I think I'm going to now this is just the sketch. It's very rough. It's very rough, guys. There's a lot of it that still needs a good polish, but I think I can actually start doing the line art to fix up the polish for this one. So I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. So yeah, work with me,
Are you
guys.
excited for me to start on what was it, Final Fantasy remake or no Rebirth?
Rebirth, yeah. You know, like I think that's like the next thing on the docket, right? Thirsty Thursday, and you are enjoying your wife? Shake my head. I'm almost done with it. I did work on it, okay? I did work on it, chat. But you know, like I know Thirsty Thursdays when you guys get super thirsty, so I have to appease the crowd. But yeah, we're gonna try to do some of the line art and clean up this line work of Nerissa from Hollow Live. Yeah, because I know you guys, and you guys want this, don't you? So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this today. The only thing with an image like this though is like I kind of have an idea for the outfit. I kind of have it. I'm gonna have to piece it together a little by little in this artwork here, but I think I have it, and it's probably gonna be very lingerie related in a lot of ways, right?
I thought she doesn't. I mean, she totally wears it.
Oh yeah, she totally wears it. Yeah. It's not like there's gonna be an alternate version of this somewhere that is more canon.
Wow, is that an official announcement?
It's not an official announcement. No, not an official announcement. No. Okay, do you guys know Nerissa's lore by any chance? By any chance, does anyone here know her lore about what she actually wears?
What do you mean, Bard?
Don't even know who this is. Okay, so Nerissa Ravencroft is a VTuber from the company Hololive. She for the English, right? And she is a singer slash streamer. And what generation was she from? Jeez. Because I always misnumber generations because I'm more familiar with the JP talents for Hololive, but I believe she's like what English 4th generation.
Yeah, and
roughly.
She's third generation. She's
Third
third gen.
generation. Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, I already got that wrong.
Fourth
And
generation is with Elizabeth, Cece, Gigi, and Raura.
Raura, yeah.
Raura.
Raura. But yeah, like so we did a couple of images of Hololive previously, right? Like we did a
Mhm.
couple of these Hololive images before. We did one of oh shoot, what the hell? This line is not cooperating with me.
What is lines?
I know, what are lines, right? Jeez. We did one of Cecilia, and then we also did one of Bao Bao and stuff like that, right? Like Fluawa and Mokoko in the summer and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to continue that theme of drawing these Hololive VTubers and stuff like that. So today I wanted to draw Narissa. Now originally I was thinking about doing this for Halloween, right? But I just didn't have the time. So I probably should not have done the Spider Gwen image during that time, right? Like I probably should have worked on this first before going into that. But it's just one of those things where like you have the not the motivation but rather the inspiration, I should say, right? At the time. So I just kind of wanted to do that at the moment since I had already had the inspiration to do that one, and then just like bang it out as fast as I could. And while I haven't actually finished the background on it, I did finish coloring her. So it kind of worked out in the end. But now we're on to this. But yeah. And I guess since we're in nonstop Nut November.
I can't stop, Daddy.
Can't stop. Ah. Since we're in that era, I know some of you guys subscribe to other certain nutting Novembers of the non-nutting kind, but not here. No, I think this one will have a different version, a little bit more different version when I'm done. Because again, if you guys know a little bit about her lore, there's a certain article of clothing that she actually does not wear.
Potatoes?
Potatoes, yes, potatoes. She doesn't wear potatoes. So I've got to make a non-potato version of this image. With a small modification.
You're gonna put a lot of suds on her?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. But yeah, but we shall see. We shall see when this one eventually gets to that point, right? Like, the first things first, I'm kind of setting up the image right now, where with all of like
that
with
doesn't
the base.
look like mashed potatoes.
That doesn't look like mashed potatoes, does it?
You could put mashed potatoes. She just loves her potatoes. She's she did say that she's a white woman.
did you guys know she's a huge fan of mashed potatoes?
Isn't that part of like Freedom Land culture that you just love your fucking potatoes?
Yeah, I guess so. Like. I can't deny it.
How many potatoes did you eat?
4. Exactly 4.
Today?
Not today.
One whole, like, 4 whole potatoes by the evening? Damn.
Okay.
Damn, Bart.
Listen. Like, 1 whole potato is a lot for a capybara, okay? 1 whole potato already is a whole lot for a capybara. So,
you ate 4 of them, though.
Yeah, eating 4 of them is a challenge, okay? Eating 4 of them is a challenge, and I met that challenge. No, I didn't eat 4 potatoes today.
So now you're lying to us about how many potatoes you consumed. Wow, yeah. Bart, can't believe this.
A whole potato is twice the size of Bard. Yeah. No, I'm not lying. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um, no, I didn't eat 4 potatoes.
Mhm.
Let's see. Hold on. I gotta figure this out because okay. But yeah, you would be right. Like even 1 potato is like half. I'm
But
like half the
what
size of a
what what
potato.
type of potato? Is it a sweet potato, a yam potato, like the
I
purple one, or
a
is
yam
it
potato.
or is it like a yellow potato? Is it a russet potato?
I mean, if since we're talking about Freedom Land, it's mostly like the russet potatoes, right? Like the type that you can turn into all sorts of things, like a baked potato, things like that, right? That's what we're talking about here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine that that's the answer. uh, but yeah, this is kind of going to become the base for the image. Like I'm just kind of setting it up right now, and I'm not bothering to clean up the sketch work for it because I found that like I'm just gonna clean it up in the line art anyway, so why bother, right? Like I'm kind of learning more and more that the sketch being cleaner will help you, but ultimately if you're the type like me to just modify things as you do the line art anyway, then it really doesn't it doesn't matter if the sketch is kind of messed up. So that's why I'm just kind of going for it without figuring everything out. Now, does cause other problems though. Like certain details are not going to be very clear, so I've got to remember and hope to not forget those things, right? Like, because they're basically like stuff that I didn't figure out yet and stuff like that, right? Like on here
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So like the hand on her cheek is actually not even there right now. There's
Well,
kind
you
of
don't know if you even want to do it or not, right?
oh, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. It's just figuring out the foreshortening for it, right? So it's like there's certain things that are not there that I'll have to figure out. But I think overall, like this will work out. This will work out. It's okay. Um, Now see the strings over here, and then where this is doesn't look quite that great. So I'm gonna see how it functions after this. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a great Thursday, so far, you know. How about you, Mooney? How about you? Other than playing Pokemons today, was your Thursday okay so far?
This is all I was doing today.
Huh?
That's all I was doing was playing Pokemon.
The Pokemons? What's wrong with that though?
Are you judging me for only playing Pokemon?
No, I didn't judge you. Why would I judge you?
Because I only played Pokemon today. Didn't do anything else.
No, I didn't judge you for that. No,
Why are you judging me, Bart? I
there's
thought you
no
loved
judgment.
me.
No judgment.
Bart, why?
No chat. You didn't
First,
hear me judge
first,
Mooney.
first, you tell me that you ate so many potatoes, and now you judge me for only playing Pokemon today.
Wow, I did not. There was no judgment here.
I don't know. That sounds pretty judgy to me.
Wow. No, chat, please help. Oh, Golden, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for the lurk. Super appreciated as always.
Are we going up, up, up? Now we're golden. Or is it a takedown?
Takedown!
Takedown! Why are you obsessed with the word takedown, honey?
Why am I obsessed with the word takedown? Look, unless we get the takedown, it will never end, okay? There's still a takedown to be done right now. We gotta figure out when we're gonna continue that, I think, right?
I don't think we're gonna get to it tomorrow, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's
Yeah.
most likely going to be it's most likely going to be on like I think we're gonna just hunker down this weekend to do it, like as a grill stream.
Yeah, probably, right? It might have to be Sunday, though, because I'm not gonna be here on Saturday,
Oh,
unfortunately.
why?
Yeah. Why? What do you mean, why?
Why?
My friends want to go out.
Bart has friends, guys.
Whoa!
I'm not his only friend. See, you hear it here first.
No, I had some plans with some friends. They wanted to go.
Didn't you tell him you're not allowed to go outside without me?
Oh, that's true, right? Yeah, you're right. I should tell them. I should tell them that. I should say, hey guys, sorry, I can't make it. I'm not allowed to go anywhere without Mooney.
Did you know, chat? I'm gonna tell you this. Bart has said to me on record that the nice thing about being married and like being in a relationship is that Bart has an excuse if he doesn't want to go out.
Wow.
Oh no, the old ball and chain wants me to stay indoors.
I'm great, just chilling. How you been doing, fam? We've been doing pretty good, right? Yeah.
Do any of you guys use your significant other, if you have one, as an excuse for not wanting to go outside?
Wow.
Tell them the truth.
That's not the only reason we're together, Jay.
I said one of your favorite excuses to do is to say, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I have a girlfriend now, or I have a wife now. I can't do these childish things anymore."
Wow. I've been outed.
Mm-hmm. Not like you actually want to hang out with me. You just want an excuse not to.
No, why would you say that? Is that a new model I see? That's cool. You know who made this model? You know who made this model, Golden?
Steve Irwin?
Steve Irwin, yeah. Steve Irwin specifically went and made this model. Okay?
Wow, his ghost is really talented.
No, Mooney made this model for me. She worked
It's only
really
half
hard.
done though.
Yeah, but it's still almost there. It's still almost there, and it's really cool. You know, like I think you did a really good job on it. So you know, I'm gonna be using this one for a bit.
Until I fix it at least.
Yeah. That's cool. It's coming out fire so far. Yeah. You know, and it's mostly like stuff that it's like missing features and stuff like that, right? Like, you know, I think that's what it is, right? Like its capabilities are rather limited right now, but you know, it'll get there.
I will say this though, like if anybody has noticed, Bart has been going significantly faster at drawing lately.
Oh yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Ooh. I think it's because I'm starting to not care as much about.
Well, that's not
things,
a good way
right?
of phrasing it.
No,
but...
well, it's not like that, right? Like, okay, so there's a thing that happens when you start drawing, right? And a lot of people are rather it's not that it's a bad thing either, right? It's just that a lot of people are very careful when they draw. They want everything to be perfect and stuff like that, right? And they want, like, oh, the lines that they put down to be the exact ones, and the look has to be perfect, and all this stuff, right? Like, the perfectionist side of you only exists very early on. Like, the more experience you get at drawing, the more, like, for example, even myself, I've noticed that I've started to care less and less about
or stress. I think.
perfectionism and
I think
stressing
you
it.
shouldn't say
Yeah.
care. I think you should say stress about it as
Yeah,
meaning
yeah, yeah. Because
few and far
it
between.
there's a part of you that will always want things to be like perfect, right? Like perfected and stuff like that. But like you don't worry about that stuff as much until the point where you're trying to get everything polished in the end. So, yeah, it's like I'm just like in this mode of like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, make it exist first. Like, have you guys heard that phrase? Like, for those of you who are like trying to get better as artists, like make it exist first, and then you can turn it into something. Like, I think a lot of us hold ourselves back when it comes to arting because we don't do that. We're so on the perfection train that we like our idea does not exist on paper yet. It's just in our minds, and so we never do anything with it. And I think I've kind of gotten over that a little bit. I mean, I'm not in a relationship, so I wouldn't know about that. But I always pull the music producer card, where it's like, I'm just busy with my music. Same thing, same difference, right? But
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think it's as nice when like if Barb would say, "Oh yeah, guys, I'm just like super busy with like my art. I really like drawing the boobs. I mean,
Wow.
uh...
Wow. Okay, let's see. The middle. I gotta draw a line down. Draw a line down. Curve it properly. Okay.
So why have you been saying takedown a lot, Bard?
Because we've been playing. What was it called? A Way Out, right?
Yeah.
And whenever we see them cops, we gotta take them down.
Takedown.
Take that. Can you imagine if that's really what those two are like?
I
Every
don't
time
think you're ready for a takedown. A DVD.
like the cops are just standing there, they're like, "Do you hear that? Is somebody singing? What's going on?" And then they
Why
get
is it
choked
vaguely
out.
K-poppy sounding?
Yeah, why is it vaguely trendy and hip?
Why does this sound so futuristic?
Yeah, jeez. It sounds like a song that somebody would sing in like 40 years from now or whatever it was. uh, I mean, it's kind of like that for music too. Just get the idea down, then finish it later. I mean, for music at least, it's okay to not always finish the track, and that's fine. Yeah, like I'm kind of like I'm just like I spent a lot of time just kind of doubting the stuff that I was
Mhm.
doing for the longest time, and not realizing how, hey, if I just kind of do it and then fix the little things that are wrong with it afterwards, like that's better than just not doing it at all. So even with this, like, again, my sketch art for this is really messy. It's like it's kind of a travesty in a lot of ways, right? But I've kind of stopped worrying about getting the sketch perfect in the first place, and then like I'll worry about fixing things in the line art phase. Like over here, I already can tell, like when I drew the hip over here, right? If I kind of do this, right? Like I might not have the bend at the thigh here as high as it really should be. This is like it's kind of separated from the line that leads down to the crotch area there. So I might have to move that up in a bit, but I'll worry about that in a moment. I'm gonna be honest, I think I have more unfinished tracks than I have finished. I think that's a lot of creative stuff, right? Like, a lot of people have. I have some unfinished art as well. Not too much, but like I still haven't finished the Biscotti
Imagine there
artwork.
was like this
Mm-hmm.
this mystery manga where there's ghosts, right? Or like
Mm-hmm.
comic series where it's about an artist who can talk to ghosts, and but like they have to, but like they have in order for the ghosts to go to, like be put to rest, the
Uh-huh.
artist has to finish their unfinished work.
Oh no. Can you imagine that? I can't move on because you didn't finish the last chapter of your story, and I really want to know what's happening. So if you don't
No,
finish
no,
it,
no, no. It's like no, it'd be like I can't go to rest. Why? I need to finish the last chapter of my novel, and only then will it be put to rest. And it's just like, okay, so like, what's your novel about? Okay, so like this is here's the thing, and it's just like they're explaining. It's like very long tangent. And you're just going, oh, I see why you can't finish it.
wait, how much of this novel has already been published? None
You
of
don't
it.
typically you don't publish things until you typically finish it. I think,
I
right?
guess so. I guess right.
Unless like it's like your editor. They're working
Right.
out with your editor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But good luck trying to convince an editor to be like, oh yeah, can you imagine working with like a writer, and then like the novelist like passes away while they're writing the book, and you're just
Oh
sitting there like
no.
shit, right?
I mean, it's happened quite a few times with a
Probably
lot of
right.
novels. Yeah.
It
Like
probably even
I
happens with manga.
Oh yeah, it for sure does. I mean, like I know very recently Kentaro Miura, passed away, and he had not finished Berserk, and I think the current
That wasn't
chapters.
recent. That was a while ago, honey.
Well, it feels like it's recent because if you know the release schedule for Berserk, then you're like, whenever you see a new chapter of Berserk, it freaking feels like a long time ago. So like, same thing with actually recently with Dragon Ball actually.
I mean, technically he did finish it, and then people kept telling him they wanted more, and he was like, "Ugh,
Yeah. Cuz
fine."
the unfortunate part though is that, like he was in the middle of still doing Super, and I guess
But he gotta,
Toyotaro will have to
he
finish
did,
it for him.
he did at least find someone to take over if something were to happen to him.
Yeah, yeah, which is kind of cool, like,
And kind of
um,
sad that he knew that his time was coming.
I guess, I don't know, like,
In a morbid way of thinking about it.
well, it was more that, like, Akira Toriyama was very infamous for, um, he was kind of lazy. And this is not a disparaging remark. He has
Gone on
infamously
record to say
been,
that.
huh?
He has gone on record to say he is lazy.
Oh yeah, like he's figured out, like, for example, infamously the transformation to Super Saiyan for the characters in Dragon Ball, right, was actually originally like the look of it was planned by Akira Toriyama to make it easier to fill in the black ink parts for him and his assistants. That's why the specific look was created. It had really nothing to do with them
Being
wanting
blonde.
it, yeah, like, or wanting to be blonde or anything like
Or
that.
red
It was,
haired, I guess. It was actually
yeah,
red hair, right? You said?
or something. Yeah, yeah. Like you can kind of see it in some of the earlier stuff, like when they
So
did
they
the
were never
movie.
meant to be blonde.
Yeah, but like it kind of worked out, right? Like it kind of worked out in the end for them, and like so like Toriyama like seemed to have had a liking for that sort of thing, I guess. But again, like he did things out of convenience, and everybody has their own style, so it's fine. Like it worked for him for sure. Like he said, I think he's even said in some interviews where the like he just kind of comes up with stuff as he's going. Literally whenever somebody says, "Oh, that's an asshole," right? Like quite literally he was coming up with stuff like straight out of his ass. Like he was just kind of like, yeah, yeah, that's what's going on there, and he doesn't really think about continuity the way that a lot of fans think about it, right? So that's why there's certain things that just don't make sense in Dragon Ball, because he's just not thinking about it, and that's okay. I don't think everything has to be lore driven to the point where it like you don't have to be a slave to lore. I would say, when it comes to creative stuff, just do what's fun, right? Like At least that's what I think. I don't know. Maybe you guys think differently because you
Mhm.
guys might like the lore.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I know that Golden might have already stepped out, but like, thank you so much for dropping by, Golden, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, always appreciate you guys dropping by. Dropping by to check things out, and then just
Mhm.
like get on with what you need to do. Because I also know that like I tend to stream kind of late, but I can't really do anything about that either. Like
Mhm.
it, the the troubles of being an artist but trying not to be a starving one. But yeah, after this image, I'm gonna still be doing quite a few of
Mhm.
these VTuber images, right? Like I want
Mhm.
to keep on theme of doing
Yeah.
the various talent
Mm.
um images.
On
So
bikinis.
yeah, like I
By
think
the
it
way,
will be fun.
I'm gonna step away from my computer.
Yep,
Um,
that's
because I need
okay.
to go take care of stuff, but I will
Yep,
be working in the background. Okay,
okay, that's fine. Yep,
Mama.
ma. But yeah, like um we're gonna do more of these VTuber images and stuff like that as we go, right? Like I kind of want to draw more of them. I had already mentioned quite a bit that I was gonna do more of them, right? So like we'll see who's next on here. Maybe it'll be more of the Hololive uh uh VTubers from the same gen, or maybe it could be some from some earlier gens. Like I never drew Watame, for example, and like um I famously do not draw the things that I actually like, which is like kind of funny, but it's okay, it's okay. I'm always trying to save the best for last, I guess, and I never end up getting there. That's the unfortunate part. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be drawing more of them, and then I think I actually have some plans to also do some Nikkei fan art. It's been a while since I've drawn anybody from Nikkei, and I've been playing it a lot lately because of the third anniversary stuff, right? Like hopefully you guys had really good luck trying to get Liberalio. You know, she's a really good unit. I've been investing a lot of my resources into her and stuff like that, and she does so much damage. Holy crap. I think what surprised me is my win team is actually really really good now. That was actually kind of shocking to me because for the longest time my strongest characters were always like fire and stuff until Cinderella, really. But like that was just one unit. I don't really have the units to create like a full thunder team or anything like that, and I'm trying to save some of my resources now to upgrade some of my water units because I'm hearing that like I got the Summer Dorothy, but I never upgraded her, so I should probably do something with that. Oh man, gotcha games, like, man, gotcha games are like kind of crazy. They just like the amount of grinding that you have to do in some of those games, man. But yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna give up. Well, I can't say that, right? Like, you never know when you get tired of playing certain gotcha games, right? But considering that's the game that me and Mooney kind of brought me and Mooney together, I don't think I can ever really give up on playing Nikkei. But luckily for me, I still like it, so it's all good. It's all good. But I feel like I should do some Nikkei artwork as well as some other characters, right? Like I know you guys know that I have some specific favorite gaming characters from certain fighting games as well as certain role-playing games. So like I have like a whole backlog of stuff that I need to get to. I really should get to all this, but we'll see. We'll see. Like it gives me what it does though is like it gives me a lot of stuff that I can fall back on. Like, hey, whenever I'm thinking, okay, I don't know who to draw next. You know, I have all, but like having like a huge backlog of characters that I can just kind of go back to and being like, you know what, I never drew this character. Let me do this. Like, I think that helps me out quite a bit. So you know, like that's why I keep having certain characters in mind and also trying to remember them whenever possible. Like remember, oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to draw this character or that character at any given moment. But for now, it's gonna be VTubers for now. Though maybe there's also like 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 maybe I don't need to do just the corpo VTubers. Like maybe I could go in and think about drawing some of the more indie style VTubers and stuff like that. You know, like that's always a possibility. I don't always have to be drawing quote unquote what's popular, right? Like I could do something a little bit different like that too. So we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, you know. Okay. So I'm trying to think of the design for this, right? How is this gonna be? And there are a couple of ideas that I was looking at. So I gotta go back to some of my reference here and just kind of like, because what I do know is obviously like she's definitely gonna have some sort of leggings over here, as you could kind of, that's why you could kind of see that I separated this part out, right? Like, so I'm getting ready to do some sort of leggings over here, and then you know like this over here. I believe that we're gonna have a belt of some sort, right? Because um somewhere here there would be some sort of belt like structure, and then um down. Kluna, now come in instant boobage. Hey, it's no, it's nonstop nut November. Okay, that's why. Okay, this November is nonstop. Someone's been drinking their milkshakes. I guess so. You know, I guess so. I mean, you know. I mean, you know, Narissa tends to pee on the thick side, as it were. Or rather, some people will enjoy the drawing more if we stick to the thick side, I guess. But yeah, how you doing, Luna? How's everything? Let me do this, right? So normally it goes down here. So there's a part that's down here like this. So I'm gonna add that line first. That kind of makes that separation. And then, well, it's gonna probably... It's probably gonna be a little bit more like... Well, it can be like that. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. The material is not that strong, I guess. Like it's not gonna be doing the pull like you know on some of these parts over here where it's like just kind of and then what do we got? One this way and then the other way. Okay. Damn. Okay. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh, trying to get the lines to crisscross in the right way always sucks. But yeah, I could also draw more fan art of Ryza from the Atelier series. I know I've drawn her a couple of times here already, so everyone's probably like, Bard, come on, stop drawing her. To that, I will say maybe one day I'll stop. um, I don't want to redraw this line. I have to move it over, but I don't want to. I don't want to redraw it, so I'm gonna do it this way. There are definitely better ways of doing this than what I'm doing. Okay, but sometimes. And this kind of forms the foundation for the rest of the costume, right? Like, so I can add all the different flourishing type of things to this pretty soon. Which again, like maybe I could have done that on the sketch, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to spend so much time sketching something when I know that I'm gonna alter a lot of the line art in as I go anyway. So I might as well just start doing the line art. Whoops. And then I guess when I'm done here with this one, so I do have sort of like a goal in mind with how much art that I make per month, right? Like I feel like if I do a minimum of 3 images a month, right, as opposed to before where I was only doing one, so this is kind of like tripling my output, right? So if I do a minimum of like 3 images a month, I think I will put myself in a better place to kind of continue my art journey and stuff like that. Um, and it doesn't feel like the goal is set very high, but believe me, it, it's actually pretty high. Like it's a tall order to do 3 images a month, especially if you have like a day job and other things going on in your life. So like if you're lucky enough to have the time to do your art and to like do more arting and draw more often and stuff like that, like seriously, you need to take advantage of that time and just like you know like just bang out all the stuff that you can when you have that time, because like again, quite frankly, like once you start, like you don't notice it, but it creeps up on you. Like daily life stuff creeps up on you, and then suddenly you don't have the time to do all that stuff anymore. So you know and this line should not be there, because then that kind of, because you could kind of see in the sketch where I plan to have some of the shading go. And that's, you know what, that's probably what I'll do afterwards too. Like what I'll do is I'll finish the line art her main body over here, and then I will start to fill in grayscale. Like I'll just kind of set up the volumes and the lighting in grayscale. If I could finish the line art right now, so let's see if I could get there. Because I would really like it if I could just like do the line art for her right now in like one sitting. I know that that's a tall order for me. Like I've never been able to finish line work for any characters that I draw in like one sitting like this. It's always taking me at least two. And it's because like there's still like every time I do my line art, there's always like stuff that I'm still considering on the character, right? Like, you know, different things that I want to appear in the image and stuff like that. So since I have all those considerations, I feel like I stop myself from actually finishing the line art, because I'm always like, oh, I don't know if this looks right or that looks right. So it takes me a lot longer to get there. And I think that that's like a huge contributing factor to why some people are so slow when it comes to doing arting, right? Like, if you want to speed up your arting, it's not necessarily a function of getting better technique. I mean, sometimes it is, right? Like having specific ways of drawing certain things helps, right? But it's also like having confidence because you know that the artwork that you're doing, like, okay, I'm drawing this elbow, like how does the elbow look? I remember how it looks, and so I'm doing the right lines, and I'm confident that these are the lines that go there. Like if you don't have that confidence when you do your line work and stuff like that, or any other facets of the artwork, then that's what actually causes you to be slow at doing the arting. It's not necessarily that you're not good enough, you're just not sure. And because you're not sure and you don't have the confidence level to cover that for yourself, you're second guessing everything, and you're redoing things that maybe you don't need to redo and stuff like that. So yeah, I was always told, like, you know, um the best artists just kind of know when they put down their line, that's where the line belongs, and that's it. You know, they don't think about it too hard, like unlike me, who I rethink everything, I overthink everything when it comes to my line art. So like now, where am I gonna have the most trouble? I'm predicting it's probably gonna be where the hand is over here, because I didn't even really sketch in what I was gonna do for the hand over here. So I don't know which direction it's actually gonna go. And I kind of have something here, like I kind of have some stuff here that looks like I sketched in the hand, but it's like in a different direction. It almost feels like she's leaning on her like on her fingers from the top portion of her palm, but that doesn't really make sense. Like she's almost leaning on the ball of her wrist, and that just does not make any sense at all. So I gotta probably draw her hand going the other way, and just holding her cheek the way like a normal person would. But that kind of happens a lot when, you know, like you're trying too hard to do new things and new and interesting things. Like, what was it like here? The original sketch, originally I had her hand out here, like you guys can kind of see in this version of the sketch. I had her supporting her entire upper body, and then her hand coming and being foreshortened towards the viewer over here. And it was like, it was okay, but I felt like if I feel like that's a little uncomfortable. So it's like, nah, that's not gonna work for me. I don't think that's gonna work for me. And then oops, we get, what is this, the clavicle, whatever it's called. I don't know the name of stuff. I don't know the name of bones. I don't know the name of stuff. Everybody always says that you need to get like really good with your anatomy. So then they're like, oh, learn your anatomy and stuff like that. And they start study medical books and things like that and learn all the names of everything, I honestly have no idea of the name of anything when it comes to like anatomical stuff. Like and maybe I'll know some parts, but I have no idea with the rest. Like I think I still call certain things in the eye like the limbo rings or the iris and stuff like that. I use those terms and I will fully freely admit that I have no idea what part of the eye is actually the limbo ring or the iris. Because I think it's like a combination of things, right? It's not just like a specific part. So okay, I might have to do this and then this, right? So like a lot of times when you do line art, like okay, I've been asked how do you do clean lines sometimes, right? Um, and I will say this: just turn the page, turn the freaking page. Your arm can depending on how you do lines. Number one, when you do lines, move your entire arm from the elbow. Like seriously, lock your wrist. Do not move your wrist and move your entire arm from your elbow and stuff like that. If you do that, um, and then don't lean on your paper or your screen either. By the way, like I actually have my screen up, standing up on an arm on my desk, right? And I don't lean against it, so that there's no friction between my arm and the screen either. I mean, most of these screens are super smooth, so it's not like you're really gonna get any kind of like resistance or anything like that, right? But you kind of learn these things over time that oh yeah, you know, like that really helps. Like the easier you can glide your arm like up and down, the better it is your line is gonna be. And that's another thing too. I never go like I try not to go horizontally. Most of the lines that I make are always almost always gonna be like drawn from a vertical thing. So like if I like kind of like before I kind of changed the page, like I rotated it so that I could go up and down. Like going up and down is way easier than going left and right, like seriously. So you know, like just do things to make it easier for you to actually draw the lines like that. Don't struggle, don't struggle bust the lines, okay? And make make use of your tools. Like I use vector lines because, as you guys know, I get super lazy and I like to edit my lines afterwards and stuff like that. Using the vector to I mean using transforms and stuff like that, right? That's how come sometimes I you know, like my lines come out pretty good. I would suggest the same for all of you. I wouldn't suggest like struggling with your lines. Just make use of the tools that you have. Um, if you're doing art though, you know, not digital, right? Like you're doing analog stuff, right? Like you have pens and stuff like that. Well, then you need to kind of focus and learn how to get the strokes right. But you have much more control. So I think don't overthink it, especially if you're doing line art with like a pen or something like that, pen and ink, right? Like I think like me, I learned how to do line art with a brush actually. um so I think it's worth it for people to learn the hard thing, and then the other stuff becomes easy. Like if you think when you're doing line art that doing line art with a brush is actually like really hard, it's not. It's actually pretty. It once you understand how to control the brush, it's not bad, and it's actually not as hard as you would think and stuff like that. You just gotta get used to the way that the tool responds on paper. And once you get like a couple of practice rounds in with inking with a brush, right? It becomes like your favorite tool, like seriously, because you know, like you don't get that resistance and you don't get that scratching. Like I press down too hard on most of my tools, right? Like whenever I do line art with something like a metal pen nib and stuff like that, I will fully admit I press down much too hard, and so I get the scratching. I get the scratching whenever I use those tools. But with a brush, no, like you're forced to not press down like that at all. And like it helps so much to learn to ink with a brush. I feel like it's a very um it sounds hard to ink with a brush, but believe me, you need to try it. You need to try it if you guys haven't. It might change your lives. Okay. Okay. So we got the body in there. We just need to get the two arms here. Um yeah, I don't know what this other hand is actually doing in the air. I was thinking about making her have something in her hands that she's like fidgeting about with and stuff like that. Because originally I just kind of had the hand hidden behind her hip there, and maybe her hand would show up somewhere else, or maybe have one of her wings come out from behind the hip and go and cover a little bit of the thigh over here. But like we'll see how that looks. But that also means that this hand and this arm is like completely hidden, and I kind of don't want to hide body parts like that right now. So we'll see. Where are my references? Okay. Okay. Let's get started on her face. And I've noticed that I've been making a lot of their faces like much more wider and how is it? How is it? It's like much more wider and much more um like their cheeks being much more prominent and stuff like that, right? I've noticed that I've been doing that a lot lately, and but I feel like for Nerissa's character design, like she has like somewhat of a more mature look to her, and usually when you want to go for that look, you don't really do the cheeks like so far out like I've been doing with all these images that I've been doing. So I'm definitely gonna have to modify this a lot afterwards, but we shall see. Yeah, and I know that like what is it? What is it? The two characters that just came out for Nikkei, um, Nayuta and Liberalio. I kind of want to draw at least one of them. The designs are really good for either character, and I feel like both characters are prime examples of what you draw during nonstop nut November. You know. Let's see. There's the jawline. Yeah, the face is gonna take some work, but it's okay. I'm not gonna do it exactly the way that I have it kind of sort of sketched in. That's just to like guide me on where the objects should be. And this is like the type of pose that like I don't normally draw, and especially with the face, right? Like I tend to avoid the poses and with where I connect the head to the neck, I tend to avoid the ones where they're foreshortened a lot. So this one I specifically wanted to give it a shot. I really specifically wanted to give it a shot to see if I could do it. Um, and it's not bad. It's not coming out so bad. It's a little bit more of the shoulders showing up, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. Now I gotta go to the reference for her character and see how I'm gonna do this. Okay. So her character tends to have the more cat-like almond-shaped eye design. So I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it. See if I can do this. I hope it looks okay after I do this. I might have to change this once or twice just to get it right. Because I don't normally draw the eyes like this, so... Oh man, what the hell? Okay, there we go. Yeah, sometimes I use the navigator to control like my zoom in and stuff like that. I probably should just be using either the quick keys or the little touch device thing that this tablet comes with. I don't know why I never use it. Well, actually, I do know why I never use it. It's never charged. The unfortunate part is I always forget to put it to charge so that it has batteries so that I can actually use my extra keys. Okay, I don't normally draw eyes like this, but first time for everything, right? Like, okay, so if you think about it, like, these are the frames for where everything will be, and then you just kind of build on top of that, right? Hoping these will look okay. Because again, this is not really the style that I usually do, right? Like with, especially with the eyes, but you know, like it's always worth trying something a little different. And it looks like I'm gonna give her much longer eyelashes than normal. But she is a song demon, so she's gotta look the part, right? I don't know what eyelashes have to do with being a song demon, but you know. Okay, as long as it looks okay. when I start to add layers to it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've also noticed that I like to add more thicker, I guess. What is this part called? Like the lashes and stuff like that? Like this area here. I do like having the characters have this part as being much thicker. Maybe not the bottom part so much though. Maybe not the bottom part here so much. But I do like the top part being a little bit more. And I was actually doing this thing where I would add the like I would erase this part over here and this part over here to add like the lashes that go underneath, right? I gave that as like I did that as like an experiment for a number of images that I did. Like I think one of the images I did that with was when I did Jane Doe on for ZZZ and stuff like that, and it looked kind of good to me, but I don't think I should do that all the time because that's like a very stylized thing that certain artists are known for. I think like they're specifically known for doing that with their eyes, and it's not necessarily like a bad thing if you take inspiration from your favorite artist, right? Like far from it. If you can take inspiration from your favorite artist, go for it, you know. But like for me that was a little bit like it looks good for certain characters, but it's so specifically stylized to certain characters that it didn't look good for every character. So I didn't want to do that all the time. Yeah, and she has like you know, her name Ravencroft, right? Like so she has like ravens obviously, right? Like and she has like a bird themed aesthetic to some of the stuff for her, right? So I feel like the longer lashes and things like that, like you know, like really helps with that look, because I'm gonna add in like there's gonna be a feathered more of a feathered type patterning, I guess, in her clothing than anything. So or at least I'm gonna try to do that anyway, right? Like and I know on her like reference here for her character design, she does have eyelashes that are she has a little bit more than everybody else does. Like so I'm trying here. But we'll see. Maybe bring this in a little bit. It's too long. And then I'm gonna try this kind of look where the lower lashes are not actually a part of the lower lid there, but they actually stick out a little bit more from the outside of it, right? Oh, and she's also got a little mole underneath her eye, like right there. Okay, now to somehow repeat that look on the other side. Okay. Yeah, this is something that still troubles me to this day. Is getting the same like not necessarily like the same exact look for both eyes, right? But getting them to match and line up. Like it's not easy. It's definitely not easy sometimes. Like because you gotta do things with one eye that you can't do with the other eye. Like, for example, the eye on the right side here, which is her left eye, like, needs to be slightly shorter. Like, it's not as long because it's curving around that side of the head. Because, you know, like, the middle of her face is not directly in the middle of this, right? Like, it's slightly more to the right side. So and then you gotta figure that the face kind of curves in a lot of ways, like depending on which direction you're going. So for this one, it's curving downwards like that, right? So like I gotta get the eye to at least partially match that. Um, you'll notice though that like with that curve though, why am I not following the bottom line of that curve with the bottom of the eye? Because for whatever reason, if you do that and then you follow the bottom line of if you follow the curve line to get to measure the bottom line of the eye, or even the top line of the eye, right? It never looks that good. So if you just do it straight across, right, it looked like for some reason I guess it's something that our brain tricks us into thinking that like it looks better like that, or something. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't look that good if you follow the actual curve. And it really depends too. Like if you have like the character looking up and stuff like that, right? Like it will. I think that's one of the times where you wanna follow that curve, I guess, because that it's worked out for me when I draw certain characters where you follow that line only when you do certain things, like with the character looking upwards or something like that. So it really depends on the situation, I feel like. But I've noticed that for the most part, I just try to line up the eyes on a straight line as opposed to like lining them up to a curvature like that. And maybe this one is way too long. Yeah, I know. I'm spending a lot of time on eyelashes right now. Maybe I can, instead of building it up like I did on the other side, maybe I can just... And see, that was another example of like, I'm trying to go from the left to the right, and the line kept not really doing what I wanted it to do, so I'm rotating the canvas so that I'm getting more of a up down stroke type of line, and that's working out better for me. So it's just kind of what I said earlier, like, if you want cleaner line art, I've found, at least for myself, that you just turn the canvas and you turn it to so that you do more up and down motions, and it's easier. And then this is a little bit too far up. Whoops, I don't want to cut the layer. And that is the wrong tool. But yeah, I'm gonna have a pretty packed weekend, so I don't know how much arting I can do during the weekend. But like Mooney mentioned just now, I will endeavor to see when during the weekend we could do a gorilla stream to finish A Way Out. So we can do that and stuff like that. I'll see. I'll talk to Mooney about it. It's likely gonna be on a Sunday, realistically speaking, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Or actually, you know what? I just thought of something. You know what? I'm gonna talk to Mooney about that, like the timing on when we can finish it. But maybe it won't have to be it may not have to be a weekend. I might actually have time off next week on Tuesday, so maybe I could I'll see. I've got to see. I gotta check my calendar when I at work and stuff like that. But if it is true and it is in fact time off for me next week on that Tuesday, maybe we can just finish it during that instead, and then like because our weekends are pretty packed. Both me and Mooney, we have very like busy weekends. And it's not necessarily because we like you're doing something different. Well, it is important, right? Like family stuff is important. Like I don't want to ever belittle it as being not important or anything like that, right? So it's like like I used to do a Sunday stream, but I had to kind of stop with that so that we could fit everything in. So yeah, like it's why I kind of don't want to do weekend streams too much or plan for weekend streams too much because of that, because it's literally the only time that we have that we're largely available. And then like because other people in our families, both our families and our friends know that as well, like they look for us on those days and stuff like that, right? So like we kind of had to make the decision to do that. You know okay, that's working out, that's working out. Oh, whoops. That is the wrong direction for that. Did I move the? Yeah, I did. I did by accident. Okay, let's take two. Take two. That's also what happens when you draw like very zoomed in. The unfortunate part is like I have to work on some of these features zoomed in. But when you zoom in too much, it's never really like it's not that it would be that detrimental or anything like that. Some people do awesome work art wise when they're super zoomed in. But the problem is like when you're that zoomed in and you don't have a view of the full image, sometimes you make certain decisions, like you draw like two things that are supposed to be kind of similar in size, but then since you're not looking at the other side all the time, you're making probably like one side too big and the other side too small. So like there's a case to be made that working on the image zoomed out is better, and I do 100% agree with it. It's just that, well, the other thing that I could technically do is open. You see, like, there was a time when I was doing something like this, right, where I would work on it with two versions of the canvas open, right? So like one side would be like this, and then so I could look at the full image on one side and then like work on the zoomed in part on the other side. But I don't know if my PC likes that. Like especially if I'm doing like an image that's like really, it's got like 1,000 layers or something like that. Like I almost feel like sometimes my PC is like really trying to tell me, no, Bart, stop, please. I did do that, right? Yeah, on the other side. Okay, okay. Just making sure. I gotta make sure. I think, yeah, yeah. I knew it. I knew it. I wasn't making some of these long enough. They're oh, whoops. Okay, her character design, she does not have the most noticeably lined nose. So maybe I'm gonna go back to the anime dot for her artwork. We'll see how it looks. Because to be honest, like when I do the lighting anyway, I'm probably gonna give her the nose triangle. Yeah, let me not do it with the two screens like that because, like, again, like, I'm afraid of my PC right now. My PC is more than capable. Like, I will not say that it's not capable of doing it, right? Like, I have more than enough resources on this PC, but sometimes it just, like, it just does weird things because of the way that I built it. So, the unfortunate part about my PC is that, like, it's it's very capable. It's 13700K with 64 gigs of RAM. But the problem is that the 64 gigs of RAM is DDR5. And one of the things that I didn't realize when I first built this PC is um DDR5 does not like when you put in 4 sticks of RAM at what is it, 8 gigs each stick and stuff like that. And then I did and then I, like, for whatever reason, like, I had XMP on because I was like, yeah, that's what everybody says to do, right? So when I built this PC, it was like, it sounded like a good idea, and then I was like, why is it crashing every, like, few minutes or whatever, or whatever? Like, it still crashes every now and then, right? Like, it's kind of annoying, right? And then like, I finally decided to take a look into why it was doing that, and I found out, oh, I can't do that with the RAM. Because if you want 64 gigs of RAM um for DDR5, I think it was I think I read somewhere that it was suggested that you basically buy 2 sticks of 16. No, I'm sorry, 2 sticks of 32, as opposed to having, what I did, which was 4 sticks of 16. That's what I did, yeah. And if you do that, you will avoid the issues that I'm having here, because then it will run like it should run. Where right now, I've got a computer that's very temperamental and is like, man, sometimes, like, it'll be a good day, nothing will happen all day, and then suddenly, you know what, I'm gonna crash on you right now. I've even lost, like, a couple of works in progress to that. So, like, I've got to do something about it. I really do. Now, I'm starting to look at this and be like, the face, I don't like the way that it's turning out, I feel like. And then maybe, because maybe I'm drawing the eyes too small, that's the problem, right? Yeah, let me try this. Oh, it's gonna cut off so many of the eyelashes. Unless I just take this whole part with it. I just take the whole part with it. Who cares? Yeah, whenever I do line art too, like I'm not 100% worried that oh, this part's broken. It's not one smooth stroke. Like forget about that. Like don't worry about that. If you're doing line art, you can always fix stuff. You don't have to do it perfectly in one try. Oh shoot. I still had vector erase on. Sometimes when you have the certain options like a vector erase on, it kind of screws with your what you're trying to do. So hmm, I don't know how I feel about the face. The face might be fine. It's the shape of the jaw that I'm not okay with. I think that's what it is, right? Yeah. I don't like this the shape of the jaw. That's probably what's bugging me. Let me try it. Let me try to redo this so that I get it in a way that I do actually like it. But in order to redo it, let me just get rid of the old. I knew there was something that was bugging me about it. Okay. Okay. It's a little better. It's a little better, but I still feel like there's something up with it that I don't like. And now the eye on this side is a little bit too big. So I'm gonna make it a little smaller. They're actually her eyes are much too open also. So I'm gonna have to make it a little bit smaller. So you see this was what I was talking about earlier too about like people who worry about the speed at which they draw. It has more to do with the uncertainty of certain things. Like right now, like I'm kind of stuck on this because I feel like there's like the way that the jaw and the chin is framing the face doesn't look that good to me. and so it's causing me to sit here and like have to think about, okay, how am I gonna approach this? How many times am I gonna redo this until it's okay? Yeah, I'm trying to get it so that the eyes are shaped correctly also. Because I felt like the eyes were just way too wide open on the bottom and stuff like that, but like, like I closed them off a little bit so that they have the eyes are much more sharper in terms of the shape and stuff like that. It's looking better. It's looking better because of that. Maybe more like that. Yeah, I was trying so hard to basically give her a longer face, a longer, more slender face, right? That I feel like I missed out on the fact that like I made it like really awkwardly shaped because of that, basically. And like her proportions are now a little bit off from where I originally planned on having certain things. You can kind of tell from comparing the sketch layer and stuff like that. But I'm getting it more and more towards the way that I wanted it, though. So there. And then like the shape of the jawline and where the side of the head is gonna go directly into where the hair is, and the hair is really what frames the face here. So as long as the hair frames it in a nice way, it will look fine. So I draw a lot of characters who have these super thin eyebrows, I noticed. Maybe one day Bard will draw a character that has super bushy eyebrows. Maybe one day. Oh, I gotta move this eyebrow away from here because I realized that it's gonna be very so like at the top. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, at the top of your nose, right, where where the top of the bridge of the nose, where the forehead meets, kind of spreads out into a Y shape of some sort that will dictate where the eyebrows are and stuff. So I had to move that one out a little bit, just a little bit. And then this one. You know, before like Mooney was suggesting that maybe I do the Virgin Killer sweater, as it were, and it is still a good idea. There are variants of that sweater, by the way, that are done as lingerie and stuff like that. So maybe I could do that. I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like a good idea, right? It's not degenerate, right? Okay, so she has like on her regular artwork, she has the type of like her eyes on the inside of where they're framed. They're not that big. Like they're not these large um circular shapes and stuff like that, right? Like I tend to draw eyes much bigger, but hers are not really that big. They're actually kind of small as compared to the rest of the eye here. If I did something like, and then it shows a little bit more of the bottom of the eye because um you're kind of looking at her from the top down. Oh, okay, I just noticed that about her eyes too. So she doesn't have the normal stuff like a human eye does. Like she has sort of a demon eye, right? Like, so let me just make that a thing. And I'm almost up on time. I was hoping to finish the line art here, but like as usual, I'm never able to finish the line art in one sitting of my stream. But then again, like my stream is only about like 2 hours uh per night. The unfortunate reality of the everyday office job type of thing. But it's okay. It's okay. We made it pretty far so far, so I think I think it's fine. Yeah, she doesn't have what you would normally find in a regular human eye. like like her features within her eye are just more like, because again she's a demon, right? So you know, of course you're not gonna find the normal everyday human stuff, right? And you know, now that this kind of exists as more than just the scratchy sketch that I have, I can make changes as I go, you know, like like before I would have spent all stream trying to perfect the sketch, and then I wouldn't even get to this part where I do the line work and stuff like that, right? But like I found that I just kind of waste time doing that because I changed so much during the line work anyway, that I almost feel like I should just jump into line work as long as I have the basic pose and stuff like that, and then like fix all the things that I don't like about this as I'm doing the line work, right? So I noticed too that I did make her face and her head much smaller by redoing this part here, which is fine because I use vector lines for a reason. This is the main reason why I do vector lines, because I can change things like this. And it's like no problem when I change it. I don't lose any resolution or anything like that, and you know, there are some issues with it when I do move things around, but overall, like it's okay. And it might have even been better because like like the flow of the drawing is basically like before I had her head going down like this and then the rest of her body like that, right? But now it's like her head is tilted more, where it's like smoother C curve type of thing over here and stuff like that. So I think that actually ended up being of major help that I changed it like this now. Okay. Her hair. How do you do her hair? Okay. So before I had the sketch over here, so now I gotta kind of... Oh, whoops, wrong color. I kind of have to change this a little bit now. Let me go the other way. The other way is probably easier on my arm. Okay, just get the basic shape up there first, right? And then you just kind of fix it as you go. Because again, why redraw those lines? Why struggle? Just use the tools that you have to do something like this. That's cheating, Bard. No, it's not. It's in the tool set. They wouldn't have put it in the game if it was cheating. That's what people used to tell me about throws in fighting games. It was cheating. I believed them. I believed them until recently. Okay, then I'm gonna put in a line here that so that line tells me where the hair parts on her. And then this is like the top of the head, like, you can kind of see the top of the head over here, so... Yeah, again, I always feel like um the hair is really what frames the face. So if you do the hair right around the face, then the character will look pretty good. But if you get it, if it looks a little off, then it's like, ugh. And she's quite different from a lot of anime characters too, like in her design. Like there's a lot of characters out there that have the hair separated into larger clumps and stuff like that, right? Where she has a lot of more finer strands on her design, which you don't normally see that unless it's like a more detailed illustration of certain anime characters, but for her it's like different. Like she does have a whole lot more of the finer strands of hair there, so oh, huh. Okay. So the one thing about her hair is that around here there's that part. It parts with the rest of it here, but then this part, the longer part over here, is gonna be pulled by gravity down towards there. So let me just like down that way, yeah. How long is it though? How long is her hair? There. Oh, it's actually just kind of shoulder length. So I think I got about as much as I need over here. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of like that. So we're gonna add to that, and then the rest of it curls inwards like this way. So her hand is actually going to be somewhat underneath all of this, right? Like there's like definitely a part of it that goes backwards towards her hair. So it's going to be like leaning against the side of her cheek there and then upwards this way. So then the back of her head will also kind of be down this way. And then the other line from the other side of her neck probably isn't going to be very visible because like all this stuff is just going to kind of cover it, right? So I don't need to really indicate it there. Oh, maybe her other hand could be, I don't know, she's holding a drink or something like that. She could be. There's quite a few possibilities for what to do with that arm. Let me move this a little bit more. Okay, yeah, you know what? Like that's okay, alright. Oh, I gotta draw in her horn designs. Oh man, her horns are actually really intricate. They're much more intricate than how I had it on the sketch here, where it's just kind of like blah. There's just like her horns are actually like there's like a twisting portion here. So there's like various levels that are twisting upwards, and then it's like it gets jagged upwards, and then it turns into like a sort of dagger shape and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy. It reminds me of those like Final Fantasy um those very early Final Fantasy character designs. The Amino earlier Final Fantasy designs. Which I would not be surprised if that's where the inspiration came from, actually. Like, now that I think about it. Okay. So the unfortunate part, though, is, I'm pretty much up on time here, but I actually made a lot more progress than I thought I was gonna make on this one. I'm just hoping that when I start adding color to it, that some of the volumes will actually make sense, like how like the her right thigh here is actually supposed to be coming towards the viewer, like much closer, where her left thigh here is actually going away from the viewer, right? So I'm hoping that when I start adding the lighting and stuff like that, so I think I'm gonna do like a grayscale try of that before I go full in and start actually coloring it and stuff like that. But I think overall it's coming out okay. The only things left to do is like the hair, the hands, like the two hands here, and then just getting the design right for her clothing and stuff like that, right? And again, there is likely going to be an alternate version of this when it's done, because if you guys know anything about Miss Ravencroft's lore, then you know that there's a certain article of clothing here that she does not actually wear. So there's likely gonna be a alternate version of this to represent that bit of lore, let's just say. But yeah, um, this was much more further along than I thought I'd get today with this one. Because usually I don't line art this quickly and stuff. I thought I would just still be messing around with the sketch at this point. And I kind of can't wait to get this into color, like to just start coloring and stuff like that. Like, I've been kind of sitting on this project for a while and thinking about what I should do and how I should do it and stuff like that. And, I probably shouldn't have like stressed about it so much. And the obvious thing when it comes to drawing certain VTubers is, just go for the obvious thing. Don't think about it too much. But yeah, here we go. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what is going on elsewhere in the world of WeTubing. WeTubing. Let's see. Yeah, I do wish that, like, I could more fully dedicate myself to the streams and to the arting and stuff like that by spending like a good amount of time on these. I don't really have the time to do it, especially like, I still gotta go. I still gotta wake up in the morning for the good old job, the jorb, unfortunately. So it's like I'm unable to like dedicate like long stream times to this. One day though, maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll figure it out, and one day I'll just be on for like a gazillion years. We'll have just one non-ending art stream, where I just go and drive myself crazy. But in the meantime, let's see who is on. Who is on right now? Her, like when I'm looking at this though, I don't think her head is too big, but maybe her eyes are now too big. Because I did make them bigger. I just kept making them bigger and stuff. Now I feel like maybe her eyes are too big now. This is the struggle. This is the true struggle. The back and forth of going, the eyes look fine. No, actually they don't. They look too big. You know what? Let's see. Let's go and check out who is in the arting category. And let's see. Maybe we can meet some new friends tonight. Maybe. Because I see some people that I could raid into. I raid into like a set amount of people all the time. I feel like I'm always raiding into them, and it's not that I wouldn't want to, but from time to time it's nice to branch out a little bit and see who's on and see if we could spot any interesting new arts. Perhaps, But yeah, this is also always the hardest part for me. Just looking for somebody to pay a visit to. Let's just say. It's always because like I'm like, I tend to like when I see someone who's drawing something like a character or something like that that I'm familiar with, I'm like, oh yes, I'll go and raid them. But then like everybody's also mostly doing their own thing, right? So it's like like they have got OCs and stuff like that and things like that. So when I see stuff that I'm not really familiar with, I'm just kind of like, no, should I? Shouldn't I? Oh, I see somebody drawing a really cool League of Legends art. I'm surprised that that game is still around. Maybe I shouldn't be. I mean, stuff like World of Warcraft is still around, so why would I be surprised that League of Legends is still around? At least that game is still fun. Sorry, Warcraft people, but it's kind of true. Or let's see who's on over here. Actually, I see some people doing Goddess of Victory Nikkei and stuff like that. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. It's Nikkei's third anniversary. Let's go pay a visit to to somebody who's playing Nikkei. You know, like third anniversary. I can't wait to do the more Nikkei stuff, like the artwork for it and stuff like that. Maybe I'll start sketching something for that when I have some time and stuff, right? Like I do want to draw some of those characters. Anyway, here we go. We're gonna go pay a visit to Lightning Eagle, friend of the channel, awesomely playing Nikkei right now. So yeah, you know, it's all good. Third anniversary. Get your polls in, you know? You know? It's never too thirsty for Nikkei. Here we go. All right. I'll be back on next Tuesday, or we'll see. We'll announce when I'm going to be back, because like it's either this week or next Tuesday, but I have a feeling it might be next Tuesday. So yeah, anyway, I'll be playing what was it? A Way Out with Mooney, I believe. So it's either that or arting. So next time that it'll be one of those two things. Anyway, it'll be in the Discord. We're gonna make the announcement, and yeah, take care, guys. Here we go.